in love.
You know she gonna write a book.
Oh, I have to buy that one. Like, I
buy
Her Time in Hell. The name of the book is gonna be Her Time in Hell.
Yes.
Untold stories.
Hell's Fire. Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of Between Sisters. I am your host, Chaya, and we have something to say. Today is nothing but everything hot and trending. I'ma just say it like it is. 45 has lost his ever-loving mind. Like, up until the minute that we tape, news is just coming in. News is just like, and another one. He DJ Khaled. That's what we gonna call him.
Another one.
He does stuff all the time. Like
he's yeah. So he came home from Walter Reed after contracting COVID. The irony of it all. And the White House is basically like cesspool of COVID victims of coronavirus. His wife, Melania, has it. His head of communications, Kayleigh McEnany. She has it. Chris Christie. 6 out of the people that were in that was in the room for his debate briefing have it.
Like, is it two people from
his valet?
Some the Secret Service have it. Kellyanne Conway.
How could I forget about Kellyanne? 2 of the senators,
right,
of the Judicial Committee that was trying to get in Amy Coney Barrett. I mean, we could go on, and on about who in his inner circle has contracted COVID. And he came out of the hospital and he said something that really...
He filmed an ad. How about we start there?
Go
off, sis.
He filmed an ad and tweeted that the flu was worse than COVID. But if you see the stats from the flu season from 2018 to 2019, 34,000 people died from the flu. From January to now, 210 people have died from COVID. So you do the math.
Mm-hmm.
Or which is worse.
This morning it was 210, 196.
Oh, okay.
We're almost at 211,000.
Yes.
Right. But he says the flu is worse. Okay.
And he told us not to be afraid of COVID.
Yes.
Because we have so much.
Dominate your life.
Yes, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
But the average American does not have access to the 20 doctors at Walter Reed. They also don't have access to the same drugs. So
well, his press deputy communications, whatever he is, was on CNN shortly before we started saying how the steroid and some drug that they gave him that started with a D was very common, very cheap, and
dexamethasone.
That it is.
They ran out.
Thank you, medical professional.
But they ran out.
Well, he just wanted to make a point by saying that this was a very cheap drug that the president was on, and that because of his speedy recovery that he's showing the masses, that he is able to get the drugs that they need. Like, it's unprecedented. He doesn't have to wait for the vaccine because now you have the drugs that you need that are at lower cost, and it's all under his administration.
Oh yeah, he had to put that too, under his administration.
Under Trump administration.
So from February to October 6, how many people have lost their jobs and lost access to medical coverage?
Boom.
And the loss of jobs stems from coronavirus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we are still in a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers are we're getting an uptick in numbers.
All over the country.
But he's telling people not to be afraid of coronavirus. The fact that you're on steroids make you appear to be feeling so much better than what you could be feeling.
It masks the feeling that you're supposed to have.
It's the steroids that's helping to do that to your body.
He said he felt better than he did in 20 years.
Yeah, the steroids.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. You're 74 years old. You're obese. Okay? Kenzo Takada. Kenzo Takada died over the weekend at the age of 81, who was a much slender man than Donald Trump. Okay? He died from complications due to coronavirus. This is someone who has access to health care. He had money. Yeah. So to put that message out there to people, you're still misleading. You're still misleading the public. You're putting out bad information because you're going to have people continue to say, well, look, the president had it and he said, don't be afraid. We still need to go around and, pull our mask off and pull our mask on and off whenever we feel like it, because the first thing he did was pull that mask off to speak to the public, to go back inside the White House with the mask off. Yeah. So now you know that you're positive and you're still not wearing the mask. The purpose of you wearing the mask is to protect others from getting sick.
Yep.
But you're not wearing a mask.
He's a narcissist. It's all about him.
Yeah. You felt the need to, when you were supposed to have been admitted into the hospital, have the Secret Service drive you around so that you can wave to the public. It's like movies that we've seen or things that happen in other countries that we claim that would never be America. It's America.
They pray on the fact that they believe that everyone is dumb. Like the tweet that Ivanka and
about her dad doing so much better, just doing so well, and he's working.
He's sitting at a table signing a blank piece of paper in the middle of the paper. You're signing in the middle of the paper, and there's nothing on the paper. And regardless of how far, the internet.
They're going to zoom in.
They went and tweeted, I wish all politicians, Eric, Bozo 1 and 2. I wish all politicians worked as hard.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. The debate was Tuesday. Everyone who was in the briefing room preparing him for the debate have all tested positive.
Yes.
But that night at the debate, when he spoke about Joe, we're the biggest mask.
And we're the biggest mask. We're the biggest mask.
I wear my mask. I wear my mask.
It's right here. It's right here.
I have it right here. Look, Keish.
But I said this. I bring this up because he made it a point to state to Chris Wallace that we were all tested before we came in. People need to understand that just because you test negative at 7 o'clock on October 6th doesn't mean that 7 p.m. October 7th, you can't test positive. Mm-hmm. Because he thought, he put it out there, well, we were all tested and we're in here, but you were positive at that time.
Yeah.
It was, and nobody at this point, nobody has a definitive answer on when is the last time he was negative.
Right.
Nobody's giving that answer.
True.
We still can't hear it. Nope, we cannot.
Because they feel like that's his private business. No, once
you
get elected as a president of the United States, and that's still
no privacy.
And I'm getting GERD thinking about it. But once you get elected as president, what happens to you is public knowledge.
Yep.
It's our bit. We have a right to know.
Yeah.
But they think this is an episode of You're Fired, Apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
No. And his whole coming home from the hospital situation really seemed like a production for a show.
Yep.
Yeah.
He filmed the ad. Hello. It's just like he had cameras to film him.
It does.
So sickening, yo.
You know, he shows he doesn't care about this country.
He doesn't.
And I feel bad. I feel bad for these. I don't feel bad for the Trump supporters because at this point, if their eyes are not open, something's wrong. But anybody that's gullible and listening to this man is bad. Because I really thought in my heart with him going into the hospital, I felt like this was going to turn over a new leaf, and he was going to come out and say, "Hey, listen, okay, you guys, I've been telling you at these rallies we don't need these masks, but we really need the masks. Let's take this seriously now." I thought he was going to turn over a new leaf, but he came out worse.
Yeah.
Now he has the virus and telling people, oh, it really ain't nothing.
Listen.
He gotta keep that lie alive. He gotta keep that lie alive.
I think you all know how I feel about this whole Trump coronavirus positive situation.
One thing I will say, because I'm on the fence. I'll be honest with you, I'm on the fence. I know Trump is not to be trusted. But I feel like if I'm gonna lie about having the coronavirus, I'm gonna have my doctors go out there and say her SpO2, which is her oxygen level, is at 88 or 80. They picked the number 94. 94 is nothing. Like you probably right now have a 94 oxygen level. So like 94 is nothing. The symptoms that they were describing were mediocre. So that's the only reason why I feel like maybe he was telling the truth, because if he was telling a lie, Trump he's very over dramatic. He would have it where, oh, tell him I'm on the vent. Tell him I'm half dead. Like the symptoms they came out with on that podium, I'm like, that. Me and another doctor was like, one of my patients, the doctor, he was like, that's it?
He can't do
that was
that.
nothing.
No, he can't do that because he has to sell that everyone doesn't die from corona. See, I made it through corona. Don't believe it. I mean, even when he said it the other night, last Tuesday, that we know the coronavirus attacks the elderly, and I think he forgets that he's a part of that demographic that he was referring to as the elderly.
74.
That's your demographic. So the fact that you're saying we know it attacks the elderly, yeah, that'd be you.
That's you.
And his ex-wife, Ivana, she came out saying that she is upset with him because he's not taking it seriously. He's being very careless. Obviously, she's been on the phone with her 3 children and stuff like that, but she's just like, he is, older, and he likes Big Macs,
Hey.
Wait, we're gonna add
to the ex-wife.
We're gonna add
to the ex-wife.
My girl, she said he like Big Macs, okay?
But can we just
Big Macs and he cannot lie,
I don't know. So did you guys hear Bob Johnson?
No.
Saying that Trump is the devil that he knows, basically, so you know who's getting his vote?
Oh, yeah.
So Bob Johnson is thinking like that percent.
Okay, well, does everybody know who Bob Johnson is?
Yes. BET. He started, rather.
Yeah.
Sold BET to Viacom.
Yeah.
So it's no longer Black-owned entertainment television. That's
stupid. But anyway, that's another
But
that's another conversation.
Yeah.
So Bob is saying that he's going to vote for the person that he didn't say
he
vote.
hasn't heard nothing from Biden that could basically convinces him that he should give them his vote.
Because Biden is not for millionaires and billionaires.
Right. It's about his bottom line. It's about how his pockets will be impacted. That's it.
At the end of the day, it's always about the green.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's a lot of people think, because of the fact that whether or not you are a millionaire or you a thousandaire, people vote their best interests of what's going to happen with their pockets. Forget about brutality. Forget about,
ethic, morals,
all that good stuff.
So all that goes out the window.
Exactly. What's in it for me?
Mm-hmm.
So Trump's doctor, Dr. Sean Conley, is a Navy medical doctor. Obviously, he's Walter Reed, and he's only 40 years old. Now, he was asked, what do you know when the last time was that he tested negative? He was just like, let's not dwell in the past. So
that was just 2 days ago. Like, what are you talking about?
The foolery. He sounds like
it was only a couple of days ago.
And he was not prepped properly by whomever's press team, or because he was stumbling over what he was supposed to say, because reporters are just like, when can we expect your and he was not ready for the answers, so he was kind of
he was doing the rock rim.
It seemed like he was trying to lie or try to omit the truth, I should say, so that he could stay on the president's good side, because he has been his doctor since 2018.
You notice there was not one Asian doctor, at least, on that panel?
I did notice that.
They were all the same complexion and race. And I didn't even bother to say, it was not one black doctor. I'm not even
right.
No,
but at least Asian, like shit.
He keeps it straight across the board. He's just like, listen, I want my people, and that's it. That's like his administration. Omarosa, she been got the boot, and now she want to be black again.
Forgot about her.
You know what happened? Because her husband is a pastor. And he told her, you would not go through the eye of a needle if you don't stop it.
Like when you see the Trump administration picture, it looks like a scene from Get Out. I always remember that to this, but it looked like a scene.
He had the bingo card in his hand.
Listen, everybody's in the coagulum. The White House is not a coagulum, okay? Those of you who've seen Get Out, they are in the coagulum. They done went and got the surgery on the head. All of them got a wig or a toupee. Right under the toupee. Right under the toupee. Right there. Got the thing right there.
Listen, I can't keep a straight face with y'all stuff.
And you saw when it was blowing in the wind, it was like
it was a parrot. Shout out to Jordan Peele. Oh, listen.
Oh, wait, real quick. I was watching, you probably seen it. HBO has a special where there's like 5 comedians who are doing these skits, and it's
females.
Yes, Issa Rae is one of them.
I haven't seen it.
Who was the first one? Is it Bette Midler?
Bette Midler's on it.
Bette Midler's skit. Her character was like, that president that uses Metamucil as makeup. Metamucil, because the powder is like orange.
The orange flavor.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the color. Metamucil.
It's Metamucil. We've been sitting here for I don't know how many weeks trying to figure out who was his makeup by.
That president used Metamucil.
Metamucil. Who'd have thunk it?
There you go.
Who'd have thunk it? So did you all see that Michelle Obama had to come out with a gut punch today?
What she said?
She released a video. And overall, she said that Trump and his allies are stoking fears about Black and brown Americans to win an election.
They are.
True.
And she called their actions morally wrong and racist. She said, but right now, the president and his allies are trying to tap into that frustration and distract from his breathtaking failures by giving folks someone to blame other than them. And that's what they're doing. She said they're stoking fears. Obviously, they're lying about how minorities will destroy the suburbs, whipping up station. Yeah, and they're pinning it all on what's been an overwhelmingly peaceful moment for racial solidarity.
True.
What Trump has been doing for the last several months has been talking about not putting public housing in the suburbs.
Like Black people don't live in the suburbs.
I'm keeping your suburbs safe. I'm keeping your suburbs safe by not putting public housing in the suburbs.
But he knows the key words. He knows all the key words.
He was never putting housing in the suburbs.
Exactly.
He's going to make sure that public housing, it doesn't go in the suburbs, because that means that you're going to get, your beautiful communities are going to be destroyed now by Black and brown people. That's what he's saying, and he's really pushing in. I've clowned with you guys about it. Like you're acting as if you're speaking to 1950s June Cleaver, when you're speaking to these moms who want to keep their community safe. Seriously, are those communities as safe as they really say they are? Because we know a lot of those stay-at-home moms would have always been their issue. They've been the biggest Ritalin users.
Yeah.
The soccer moms
Yeah.
who would take their kids to the doctors because the kids had ADHD?
Yeah.
And what were they doing? I'm just saying.
Aren't you a soccer mom?
No, I'm a soccer grandmom.
No, I said Chaya. Is it Chaya? Soccer?
My son don't play soccer.
That's just a statement. Not no.
But I am a soccer mom.
But that's why they started having ads about, say no to drugs and all that kind of stuff. They wasn't thinking about that years ago when the hood was the ones that was taking crack and all that.
Exactly. Oh, it's an opioid crisis.
When I was raising my firstborn, he went to school in the hood. He went to his elementary and his junior high school in the hood because, number one, I needed him to get a little, and he went to high school in the suburbs where we lived. He was not introduced to drugs until he got with the white kids.
Exactly.
Papa Mo.
Yeah. He was like one of maybe 8 in the entire high school. And obviously most of his friends were white, and the parents and we got along great. We would carpool and all that stuff. We would do parties and stuff. But it wasn't until he got to soccer mom. Yeah. maybe just a little bit. But it wasn't until we got there that he learned about drugs.
You took your son out the hood into the suburbs.
And moved to the suburbs.
Well, we was already there when he was still in.
I know.
So when it was time for him to go to high school, I was just like, all right, we gonna go here. Ain't that something?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
I found out after I graduated, like years later, when I had that my girlfriend had sat down with me and told me all the kids that was on drugs when we were in high school. I was like, and it was on real like morphine and cocaine. I was like, get out of here. And I went to school in the suburbs.
Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of suburban women.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, sidebar, but then that's why there's a lot of black men in jail just for having an ounce of weed.
A nickel bag.
Right.
A nickel bag, yep.
Disproportionately affects.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of them, they went to rehab. They took them straight to rehab.
Had a mental, disorder.
Exactly. So, speaking of disorders or disorderly conduct, your first lady.
Not mine. Okay,
Melania Trump. I don't know who released that tape, but if the chick that she was talking to, that's you ain't got no friends, boo boo.
The friend. She's trying to sell her book now.
Shut it up.
The friend is trying to sell a book.
Yeah, she's selling her book.
Her conversation with her friend. See, that's why.
But if you think about it, between Cohen and like all their friends and people, they turned on them like they had the plague.
They turned on them like a bad wig.
They ain't got no friends.
Melania and her, I believe it was genuine because she seemed like she was, really trying to express her agony because of the fact that they just won't listen to her. They won't run the story. I tried to.
Hell.
I'm mixing all kinds.
I know you doing like 18 different accents right now.
I put kid and mother, and it's all legal. All the legal stuff, and
She
has enough money.
You sound like somebody from 90 Day Fiance.
She has enough money to where she could have a dialect coach. You sitting up there buying gold toilet bowls. Why don't you invest in somebody to help you speak? She's been in this country far too long to be saying the sentences that she said, and you the first lady of the United States.
She never wanted to be first lady.
When she found out that he was going to be running, and while she on the campaign trail, she needed to be going doing Rosetta Stone on the side while he up on there on the stage.
No, that is Stone though.
Am I wrong? Like you are representing the country.
You are
And
absolutely
English is the primary language of this country.
Right.
And you are speaking such broken English, but yet they want to say that Michelle is a man, that Michelle is ugly, that Michelle is a monkey, and all of this stuff. But the first lady of our country cannot speak proper English.
You have a point.
She cannot put together a sentence that's grammatically correct.
And it's not the fact, just to put this out there.
It's not that she is an immigrant or she's from another country.
It has nothing to do with she's an immigrant. It has nothing to do with the fact that she speaks with an accent. That has nothing to do with it.
The fact that she can't put together a sentence properly.
Right. That has nothing to do with it.
But yeah, Michelle had to literally walk.
So in the nutshell, she got to go back to the drawing board and learn the language. That's what she's trying to say.
Pretty much. Did you do they got a transcript of what she said? Because it don't even sound right. But she know the curse words.
Everybody always learns the curse words. That's the first thing you learn.
She wore that jacket saying, "I don't really care," whatever it said on the back of it, on jacket. Purpose.
Right.
She said that it drives the liberals crazy. So what is she? She don't want to run no story on Fox News. She tried to do the Christmas stuff and tried to show that she was trying to put the families together and nobody would run it. And you know what? I believe her. Because it doesn't go with their narrative on, the Trump family.
Right.
Because there's no way that you could
blame him.
Right, he destroyed
blame
that.
Him.
He's the one that destroyed that.
Else.
Right.
She said in her tape that it started with Obama.
Whatever.
They blame Obama for
They gonna blame Obama for everything.
Listen,
in their 90s still blaming that dude.
Blaming Obama. It's Obama's fault.
But
like an asteroid is going to hit. Obama did it.
I thought the meme with Donald Trump announcing that he tested positive,
like this,
with Obama saying, "I'm just waiting for him to blame me for this."
He's like, dude,
they blame him for everything.
He probably said if Obama had fixed his ventilation system in the White House, none of this would have happened.
We've never been in this mess.
But he been president for almost 4 years, still blaming Obama. It's been almost 4 years.
And his followers are right behind him doing the same exact thing. Like, come on now, stop it.
He's had 4 years.
That the person that recorded the book was her former friend.
And her former friend. And she was her advisor.
Senior advisor. And she's coming out with a book that's titled Melania and Me.
Yes.
One thing everybody that's around them is banking.
They was like, I'm gonna get this cheddar.
They got more
leads. Isn't it crazy?
Didn't
we speak about this on our last meeting?
Yeah, that how everybody left and doing the
They got more leaks since than a broken.
I would trust nobody. Now you a chef.
Nobody leaked Obama stuff. It was like you ain't hear nothing then.
They probably was like, this couple is so boring. They ain't got no kind of juice, nothing, no tea, no nothing. They always talking about when they go down, we go up.
Yeah.
That's all they be talking about.
We go high.
He don't even be cheating on his wife, nothing.
I wear my tight skirts and he don't even look my way, girl.
He always looking at his wife.
He said, "You're a fool."
You are a fool.
Sidebar, did you see after the debate when Melania went up to hug her husband and Jill went up to hug Joe?
It was two total different reactions.
Trump rubbed her shoulder like he was saying bye to a colleague after a luncheon. He's just like, all right.
They're not affectionate at all. They're not affectionate at all.
Have you ever seen them kiss?
No.
Did I see them kiss?
she always like she pulls her hand away
every time she try to hold that
right. She pulls her hand away. They're just not, they don't look in love.
You know she gonna write a book.
Oh, I have to buy that one. Like, I have to buy that one.
Her Time in Hell. The name of the book is going to be Her Time in Hell.
Yes.
Untold stories.
Hell's Fire. Singe my eyebrows.
That's what she always like.
But you do know if the words are very clear and like this simple, it's not her writing.
Yes. She said the kids, they say, wow, I will have my own bed. I will sleep on the bed. I will have cabinet for my clothes. Now, where did you see the kids in the shelter, in the migrant camps with beds and cabinets?
You sound like when Eddie Murphy used to play Gumby on SNL. Not Gumby. It was was it Gumby or when he played Mr. Rogers?
It was Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. That's who she sounded like when he was Mr. Robinson.
Children?
Yeah.
I don't have this in my own country. So
I can't with you guys.
Because I saw aluminum blankets.
Blankets, yes.
Right. So what cabinets?
What did she see? Right, where did she go?
Beds did she see? They took her to the nice part when she wore that jacket.
Don't miss the next episode of Between Sisters, Hot Topics Edition. Make sure to subscribe and click that notification button.